I have that a tremendous amount of respect for my father, and I love my father tremendously. And I can imagine when he was talking to you about it that he did have tears in his eyes.
This one is really special, and I'm really grateful to Sajid sir and Milan sir for giving it to me.
So acting for me is very therapeutic. I like to, I'm an introvert. I'm a very shy person.
I actually do have an announcement that I will come out with soon that is very contrasting to a couple of the releases that I have lined up.
In terms of physicality, it was a bit difficult putting on that kind of weight for this role. Hi, this is Ahan Shetty.
And this is Sutaria.
And you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
We have with us Ahan Shetty and Sutaria. Their movie Tadap is coming up. The promos are absolutely smashing, and we'll talk about the film and much more. Pleasure having you guys with us on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations for your first film.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm very excited.
Generally क्या होता है कि जो बच्चे होते हैं फेमस पेरेंट्स के उनके सामने एक प्रेशर होता है कि भाई अभी आपको यू हैव टू लिव अप टू योर फादर्स थिंग. यहाँ पर सुनील सर को के ऊपर प्रेशर आ रहा है कि भाई आपका लड़का तो पहले पिक्चर में इतना ज़्यादा कमाल का लग रहा है.
Right.
And it's going to be tough for you now.
Right. Yeah, no, I didn't feel any sort of pressure, and Dad never gave me any sort of pressure. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. Even he's taking a little bit of that stress. Nothing in terms of that I need to prove myself or anything.
Right.
But he's just a little stressed that I am his son. So every father is a little stressed out and has that anxiety about what his son is going to do.
Right.
And he just wishes me all the best.
All right. So Tara, how was your experience with Tadap?
My experience has been a lovely long one. We met almost 2.5 years ago, and we've been shooting this film for 2 years. So it's been quite a journey. We've experienced so much, all of us together on this film. We've shot in Mussoorie and Rishikesh, where actually we shot Student of the Year 2 as well. So I felt like quite a local when we were shooting Tadap. But it's been very interesting, I think, as a human being and as an actor to experience so many emotions, so many roller coasters of things going on in this film. Anyone who's seen RX100 will know what I'm talking about, because the story is such that it's everything in one film, and it's incredibly intense at that. So I think it's been a fantastic experience.
Right. So a lot of people, they have seen RX100. So I've just done an interview with the actress who was there in the original.
I saw that.
Payal, I saw that interview as well.
I saw tag me in it or something. So I saw
and so she is majorly into this space that मुझे होना चाहिए था.
I saw that.
And she's obviously, I think that the movie has done very well.
Yeah.
And it has become like a cult film in a way as well. So आप पायल से आप क्या कहना चाहेंगी?
First of all, Payal, you're fab in the movie. But I'm very grateful that I get to play Ramisa in this one. She was incredible. And I think both of us have emulated so much from Kartikeya and Payal as well, from RX100. But this one is really special, and I'm really grateful to Sajid sir and Milan sir for giving it to me. So sorry, Payal.
Alright, so I was in Hyderabad recently, and so I spoke to a few people about RX100. Generally, I think Telugu and South cinema, I think they come up with these so interesting concepts, even in the masala and commercial space.
Right.
And it is absolutely fabulous. But even from that context, they felt, quite a few people that I spoke to, so they felt that this film pushes the envelope in terms of especially the sort of, the physical chemistry that the lead pair they have. It's a very intense and physical sort of romance which is there. Do you also feel that that element of being so together leads to that element of betrayal as well, in a way?
The romantic aspect of this film is very intense. But when it comes to betrayal, when you love someone so much and that betrayal does happen, it tends to hurt a lot more. So yeah.
I think it's a very visually when you watch it, because there's such a great amount of intensity in the first half and second half. Obviously, the first half is lighter and in a slightly lighter and happier space. Second half is gets way more intense, and obviously there are twists and turns in the story. But I think that when there is so much love, the betrayal becomes even better to watch, because you are completely consumed in that love and then betrayal.
And the sort of togetherness that you guys are sharing, in terms of, I think, at least in the promos itself, we see that there are several kisses in the film. That there is no holds barred element, which is there. How was that for you as an actor? Because I think this is in a way like a first for you.
Yeah, it is actually. I think, you know, if there's comfort and there's a certain sense of ease between the people involved, then I think it'll be a pretty smooth sailing process. It can be daunting and stressful had it been another way, but luckily, I think fortunately for us, there was, I mean, even between takes, we'd be okay. There was no awkwardness or tension around us, because had that happened, this film would not look the way it did. So touch wood, there was ease.
Yeah, I think personally we're so comfortable with one another that, you know, when it came down to doing those scenes, it just came across very...
All right, so when I saw the promo, you know, my first impression was this boy is so, you know, so angry. I believe you were given this compliment, angry young man, as well, after, I think, who said Salim Sir?
I think so, and Rakesh ji had also called me and personally told me.
Rakesh Roshan.
Yeah.
So. Right, so, but when we are meeting you right now, you quite a contrast, which is nice.
Yeah, completely different.
Which is nice as well.
It's a good thing.
Because काफी मतलब जिस तरीके से वो एक आप इनको तारा को आप उठा रहे हैं आखिर में प्रोमो में, it's like scary, it's like, and that's what the character is.
Yeah, and personally I'm not like that at all. I wouldn't want to be like that.
I can testify that. I can testify that.
Yeah, no, you know, it's very important to be able to disconnect from your character and to be able to, you know, switch on and off. What I tried to do when I was performing was, so acting for me is very therapeutic. I like to, you know, I'm an introvert, I'm a very shy person. So I fell in love with acting is because all the emotions that I hid within myself, I was able to express through acting. So I guess for this performance as well, you know, everyone has something going on in their life. There's always these frustrations and anger and stuff. So I feel like that really helped me portray Shana's character. And yeah, at the end of the day, you know, when you have such fantastic performers around you, whether it be Tara or Saurabh Shukla or Kumud Mishra, it really helps you, helps your performance. And I think not just me, but they helped bring out that performance in me. And I'd have to thank Milan sir for that as well.
Of course, and I believe Masuri is a character in itself, and I think beautifully presented.
Yeah.
And beautiful weather, beautifully presented, everything was perfect.
Yeah, so how was the experience of that entire ambience?
It was really nice shooting in Mussoorie. You know, it was really beautiful. We have beautiful sequences.
Very cold also.
Yeah, it was very cold. You know, there were certain sequences where I was shirtless. I think she was in shorts and like a tank top.
In the rain.
In the rain, so it was 1 degree plus rain plus the wind factor. So it was absolutely freezing. You know, we were between takes. We had hot water bottles and hot water bags like stuffed into our jackets. You know, sitting.
Yeah.
So you know that experience was really interesting, and I really enjoyed that.
Right. So, Tara, when I was doing the research for this interview today, I believe you are doing Ek Villain 2 after this. You're part of Tadap, and there's another sequel that you're doing.
Heropanti 2.
Heropanti 2 as well. That was so. All of these they are I think as massy as it gets. And जैसे मैंने आपसे पहले जिक्र कर चुका हूँ कि that I'm a huge fan of yours for your music.
Thank you.
You have a tremendous sense of music and ballet dancing and a lot of other things as well. Do you at times feel that there's a bit of a contrast between your movie choices and maybe what you are as an artist in a way?
Yeah, I would be lying if I said that that's not how I felt from time to time.
Right.
It's fun to get to be someone completely different and to choose films that probably I might have earlier thought I would not do, but as I'm growing with this journey and learning so much about who I want to be in this industry and how I want to portray myself, I'm learning that I really enjoy being a part of commercial cinema, and I actually do have an announcement that I will come out with soon that is very contrasting to a couple of the releases that I have lined up.
Right.
I'm very grateful in Villain 2 that I'm singing a lot.
You've sung yourself?
Yes.
That's great.
I'm really excited for that. I'm eagerly awaiting our release. So that's something that I want to grow. I want to see that grow alongside my acting career, as also my music career, and there's a lot that I have planned for that next year.
All right, and any possibility of just maybe headlining a web show or something that can really showcase.
Absolutely.
you
I
as a-
haven't. Again, I'm in talks for something else. It's not a show, but it's something else that I think aligns with my personality completely. And I just want to try to be as honest as I can as a person and sort of show that through the characters I play. And like you said, some of my choices have been extremely commercial and massy choices,
Right.
which some people might think is contrasting to my natural personality, because I'm a bit reserved, I think, as a person, so people might not be able to connect the two. But I think that's a perk of the job, and it's the fun part of being an actor, is you can kind of be this way but then also be completely different when you're in your films.
So that web element that you're mentioning, so is it something on the lines of your own journey, like a masaba sort of element?
No, it's nothing
Not
like that.
like that?
It's
Okay.
just a very compelling story, and I can't wait to be a part of it. It's female driven, wonderful story.
Great. So, Ahan, what was it like to get into that brawny and physical
Right.
form of Ishana?
It was quite difficult because Milan sir did want me to put a certain amount of weight on. Actually, I put on 11 kilos for the film in terms of muscle. So that took me a long time because it's very hard for me to put on weight. So I was eating almost 9 to 10 meals a day, I wouldn't even finish my lunch and my next meal would be ready. So I just had to keep stuff in my face and keep working out. And then what was difficult was when we went through the pandemic, we had 10 months gap between our shoots, and I actually lost 14 kilos during the pandemic, and then I had only 2 months to get ready for the film again. So I didn't manage to put those 14 kilos on again. I managed to put around 6-7 kilos. But yeah, in terms of physicality, it was a bit difficult putting on that kind of weight for this role. And even in Mussoorie, we didn't really have a gym. We had to drive up equipment from Delhi so I could train. We kind of set it up in my room itself. So we'd shoot for 13-14 hours a day, come back, take a power nap, then work out, and eat dinner, and then go to sleep. So I had a pretty hectic schedule and regimen that I was following.
Right. And I think Sunil sir gave you, I think, a brilliant advice that एक अच्छे actor आपको बनना चाहिए, but at the same time, more important thing is to be a good human being.
Right.
Which I think is fascinating, and that's what he is all about.
Right.
I met him in Goa a few
Okay.
years back, and so your grandfather had passed away
Right.
at that point of time,
Right.
and he literally had tears in his eyes when he started talking about him.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely fascinating the sort of devotion that he had towards his father.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
as a family, we're very, very close. So my Ajja, my dad's father, he used to live with us, and my grandmother lives with us. So we're a very close-knit family. So even for me, I have that a tremendous amount of respect for my father, and I love my father tremendously. And yeah, I can imagine when he was talking to you about it that he did have tears in his eyes.
right, absolutely. All right.
Hi, this is Ahan Shetty,
And this is Sutaria.
and you're watching
Bollywood
Bollywood Hungama.